What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are having a killer day. I know I am. So, wrap the other video up, and then gonna get things kind of restarted today. I think I about got everything sorted, so it's going good. Gonna start the day off by running and grabbing some parts real quick, cleaning up this mess, just kind of straighten up the tools a little bit, and then focusing on getting these plugs fixed that we had broke. I've got a pigtail soldered to the original plug for that one. Just got to solder it to this. And then I had this plug break. So gonna replace that. Goes right here. And then yeah, once we get those fixed, then we should be in a good position to bust this out. If I can not run into any more major problems and not procrastinate too much, then I think we can probably get this finished up today, get her started and start driving her again. Super stoked on that. Still lots I want to do to the car, so there'll still be content there, but it will be running and driving, and so that's where we need to get it. Yeah, so I'm going to run to the parts store, pick up a few things real quick, and then we'll get started. Alright guys, time for an update. So I definitely haven't been recording as much as I would like to, just really trying to get stuff done. But I'll go ahead and show you guys what I've got done so far. So, started out by cleaning up the workspace a little bit. It was pretty crazy messy. Pretty good there. I started cleaning up the bolts for the valve cover. I'll be getting a dress-up kit. Somebody sells bolts with anodized aluminum washers and stuff. I made it to the parts store. Just got another connector for this. I just went with a pretty standard, like, flat style connector instead of replacing like the whole plug. Should be just fine there. And then I got this plug rewired and wrapped up in here, so pretty happy to have those taken care of, so that I don't have to worry about them anymore, because that's really what's been holding me up, is trying to get those plugs sourced and fixed and stuff. Let's see, what else have we gotten done? I got all this stuff cleaned and really thoroughly cleaned and dried and then primered. We got the oil catch can bracket, intercooler piping, some of the engine covers. Routed a couple more cables here. That, like this one down here, is for the old EGR valve that's been deleted. Started getting everything mocked up with the intake manifold. Cleaned these flanges, or the surfaces, so that to make sure that the gasket seals correctly. Got that cleaned up pretty well. Now I need to take and blow the intake manifold out with some compressed air and get the throttle body bolted up to it, which I also cleaned up the throttle body. We got the oil catch can cleaned out, put back together, and then started to remove some of that insulation I had talked about in a previous video. In fact, we got it all removed from both sides. That's what that pile is. So yeah, not a huge amount done. It's mostly just small, tedious stuff that's taken forever. And I'm always running into something new, trying to get it fixed or taken care of or cleaned up, and deciding I want to, mess with it. So it's going pretty good, but it's taking some time. But yeah, the plan now at this point is to get the valve cover, or the intake manifold, cleaned out, and actually get it bolted and mounted, get all the plugs and everything back into it, get the map sensor back into it, get it mounted here permanently, because I think I'm done with everything down here. So I just want to get it mounted. I got to clean up this surface. Got some overspray on it. So we'll be cleaning that up, get the throttle body mounted to it, put that all back, and then we'll start to get an idea of where all this stuff goes once we start really putting things back together and get those wrapped up, rerouted and stuff. I still need to, I got all the intake parts here, the filter and the recirculating hose and everything. It's in getting cleaned right now. It's soaking in some Simple Green. Gonna get that cleaned and painted as well. I'll peel off some of these stickers, probably repaint this black or take black restoration to it. I gotta clean up some more hardware. I'm actually pretty happy with how these are turning out. Let's see, so there's that. That's how they look now, which isn't a huge deal, but I'm pretty happy with it. And this is kind of what we were dealing with before. In fact, that's actually a pretty good condition one. There you go. So yeah, they're just nasty, so I'm getting them cleaned up, so just so that they look a little bit nicer. And like I said, I'll get some black anodized aluminum washers and bolts for that. I'm likely going to be pulling off the high pressure fuel pump housing and all this stuff, and probably getting this painted black and possibly this as well. It's pretty easy, just a few bolts, comes right out. But I'm not sure. I might save that for a later day, because I'm really just trying to get this done. So change this coupler from blue because it was the last blue one up top here. It's not quite the same 90-degree angle, but I think it's going to make the routing a little bit nicer, the intercooler piping. And then this strut tower bar will get pulled off some other time, and I'll get that painted to match everything. So should be pretty good. Super stoked on how things are coming out. Finally making some decent progress. I think that I should be able to get it done here pretty soon. So I'm going to get back to it, and I'll update you guys in just a little bit. Alright, so I don't remember where my last update was at. Definitely did not get the car finished last weekend. It's actually the next weekend. And yeah, got a little bit done. Right now I'm going to go pick up a tap set so that I can tap this hole. Thread it so that I can put a plug in it. I got this painted and plugged up. In terms of like getting everything done, I didn't get a whole lot done, but we're definitely closer. I got the intercooler piping and like the shroud painted. I need to do a little bit more touch up to this shroud because I had some bleed through, but so I got that painted. Yeah, so I made a little bit of progress. It's pretty much ready to go back together. I just got to thread that hole on the intake manifold. So I'm gonna try and go pick up a tap set right now and get that threaded, get it plugged, and then the intake manifold can go on the car. I can start routing everything and should be able to get this done today. I'm gonna try and get it done today and have it take it to a meet probably tomorrow. But we'll see how it goes. Definitely want to get it done today, though. I'm kind of sick and tired of it sitting in the garage. So, yeah, I'm going to get to that, go pick up that tap, and I will update you guys in a bit. All right, so just finished up over here at Ace. We'll be headed back home real soon here. Grabbed a tap. It is a 5/16 by 24 NF, which I believe 24 NF is the thread pitch. Grab some rechargeable batteries for the camera, so I can hopefully stop having so many issues there. Then I grabbed these plugs for that hole. I grabbed two because they were supposed to be two different lengths, but somebody might have tossed one of the wrong ones in the bag or in the wrong compartment, so there's a possibility that They're actually either the same or one actually might be a larger size. We'll see when we get home. Should be okay. But yeah, those should work good. Those are gonna plug that hole. Pretty stoked on that because they're already black. Should look really clean instead of just throwing like a bolt in there or something of that nature. So yeah, I'm gonna head home and we'll get moving forward. Well, I didn't time lapse this like I should have. I was going to, but then yeah, I just didn't. Charging the batteries on the camera and stuff. But here's how it turned out. So I'm gonna have to probably clean up the edge of where it's silver some, but what we did is took this drill bit, drilled out this hole just a little bit because it had like a stopper inside of it and I needed to drill that out so I could get enough threads in it. Took my 3/8 by 24 drill bit and that little piece I got. I ended up having to get a different tap. The other one was 5/16. Ended up being too small. That hole's almost exactly 5/16 or 6/16. So 3/8 actually ended up doing the job perfect. Tapped that out and plugged it. So yeah, worked pretty dang good. I'm pretty stoked on that. Still got a little bit to do. I'm finalizing the coats of black over here on this stuff and the clear coat, and it's just about done. Got the oil catch can bracket taken care of, so should be good. Should go pretty well. I now just need to get the air compressor set up and really clean out the intake manifold from all of this aluminum shavings and stuff. Obviously, you ruin your motor putting that on there, so yeah. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, no burrs on there. Worked out pretty good. So yeah, gotta get that cleaned out. Then we'll get that all mounted to the car, route the oil catch can tubing, and get everything plugged back in and finish up this harness once we know where everything goes. Finish up this harness, redo the battery tray. I'm gonna try and get another Optima red top battery, just like this one, because it's quite a bit smaller. So it fits in there with my 3.5-inch intake. So we'll be trying to do that. And get the whole car put back together. So yeah, pretty stoked on how that turned out. Gonna get it finished up and keep moving forward on this. I don't think I'm gonna get around to building a battery tray anytime soon. In fact, there's quite a lot on the list that I still need to do. A lot of it can be marked off, but still tons to do. I think I got most of the main stuff done, then I can put the car together, and the other stuff can just be pulled off and done whenever, pretty easy. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working on this and we'll go from there. I'm actually making some noticeable progress. Show you guys what I got going on here. So the throttle body is now mounted to the intake manifold. The intake manifold is mounted solid. That's actually how that's going to be. It's all done. Power steering pump remounted. Valve cover fully bolted down. Dipstick rebolted. All of the other stuff underneath there plugged in like it's supposed to be. I've only got, one more wire to figure out and wrap on the coil pack harness, and then finish the wrap here. Should be good to go in. This is all mounted like it's supposed to be. Most of this harness is completely done. Got all the plugs wrapped. Got a few more things tucked out of the way. So yeah, once I figure out exactly where these are going to go and get everything plugged in like it's supposed to, I will wrap this the rest of the way as far as it's supposed to be. So yeah, getting really close. I'm having a hard time figuring out where this wire goes, so I'm working on that. Everything else will get routed here pretty soon. I need to put all these hoses back on. That should be good. Put the covers back on. All the intercooler piping, headlights back in, battery intake, and then we should actually be pretty close to pretty close to being able to get it started. So I don't know if I'll have it done tonight. It's getting pretty late, but we'll see how it goes. If not, then I'll finish up first thing in the morning sometime. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working at it, and I'll update you guys in a bit. Alright, so from what you guys can see from all that footage, definitely making some progress now. I keep saying that, but we're actually like home stretch now and made some pretty dang good progress, getting tons done, just all the little tedious odds and ends. Quick recap. So this is all fully mounted up, bolted. We're so close to being done with the coil pack harness. I need to figure out where this goes, which is kind of giving me some problems. I just can't figure out quite where it goes. So I got to pull out all the stuff I deleted, see if I can figure out where that goes. Completely finish wrapping the harness, but it's pretty close to being done. I'm getting all the vacuum lines put back in place. This intercooler piping mounted, bypass valve mounted. Everything under there is plugged in. Threw a coat of paint on this rail just because it was so beat up and it's one of the most like visible. So got that done. Oil catch can, hoses, about ready to be mounted. Got the bracket for the oil catch can painted. Boost controller hooked up. Got the intake put back together. However, I think I'm actually going to, I didn't paint it, and now I'm really thinking that I should, so I'll probably pull the intake off, the other things, mask it off, and get that painted. Let's see, I need to go grab a purge valve out of my truck and replace this one, because I do have a new one for it, because this one's bad. It causes some stumbling issues at idle. Yeah, so trying to think of everything that we've got done. It's all been been pretty small, like tedious stuff. So yeah, there was a lot to it. I'm sure I'm missing some stuff, but oh yeah, so we got these brackets for the high pressure fuel pump, painted black. They are going to go, they go right here. So the one goes over the top of here, and then the other one down the side. It kind of sticks out here. These clip to them, so that should be good. They'll be painted black. So then I think that the only things left are finish up this harness. Once I figure out where everything goes for sure, like this plug, I'm very, very close. I got a few more things tucked out of the way on this harness. Then we can fully wrap that one. Mount the battery tray, put on the intake, finish this harness, hook all this stuff up, and then throw this wheel back on. And she should be done and ready to start. So, oh yeah, I gotta throw the headlights back in. Pretty soon going to be ordering a couple parts for the headlights to do a little bit of headlight work. So we may just put the headlights back in, get those parts, pull the headlights back out when they arrive, or I might just leave them out, try and clean them up. I'll go ahead and show you what I mean. So here's the headlights. The housings are really nasty. I was going to order a new lens for them, but I may try and do like 8,000 grit wet sand and re-UV them or something like that. Because they're pretty nasty and I can't stand the way they look. It kind of ruins the look of the car. But yeah, we're about there, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the headlights yet. We'll figure that out a little bit later. Yeah, so home stretch here, super stoked. Gonna keep working at it, try and get things figured out, and we'll update you in a bit. Guys, I think we did it. Here she is. Now, there's obviously still a bunch to do. I don't have the headlights in, I don't have the front clip on, don't have the tire back on. But she is reassembled and I think ready to start. Let's real quick go over the list and mark some stuff off, and we'll go over what we still got to do. Alright, so paint intake. I decided not to do that right now. It still looks good. All the spots that are pretty well damaged are like tucked back. Not too worried about that right now, but we'll get to it sometime. Paint intercooler piping, we got that done. Looks pretty good. It'll likely get powder coated at some point, but not right now. Paint strut bar. Okay, now the strut bar, it's not even back on yet, but it can be pulled off at any time, so I'm not too worried about that right now. Paint other misc items. We painted a bunch of other misc items, but we'll kind of leave that for now. Build battery tray. I just chopped up the other battery tray a little bit more. I don't got the material to build a battery tray right now, so we'll not worry about that. Make wire tuck harness. We definitely got that done. Replace headlight lens and bulbs. I will likely be ordering stuff for the headlights here pretty soon. Shorten coil cover hardware. As you can tell, the coil cover isn't even on, and I definitely still need to shorten the hardware. I'll show you what happened. So I was messing with some paint colors and different paint stuff, trying to get the Mazdaspeed lettering in here to be the same red as the valve cover and stuff. But it didn't end up working out. I kind of rushed things, and I ended up with that is wrinkles in the paint. It just looks kind of glossy, but it's actually wrinkles and it looks terrible. So yeah, I will be stripping that back down and starting fresh, repainting it. We'll see how that goes. So Definitely need to still shorten the coil cover hardware. Paint radiator cover. I mentioned this before. I might paint it, but I may actually just do some black restoration on it. We'll see how that goes. Replace purge valve solenoid. I did that. That's actually, this hose was off of my other Speed 6. And this had the purge valve solenoid on it, which is this right here. So it is replaced. I hope I got it headed in the right direction. We'll see. If it doesn't run, then I guess we'll kind of have an idea. So, relocate oil catch can. We did drain the oil catch can, but I didn't relocate it. I made the intake and the catch can fit a little bit better together so that the intake's not sitting right over it, it's sitting way up here. Worked pretty good. Pretty happy with that. I'll probably move it this way just a little bit more so that I can not have my filter sitting up against it, but the filters are going to be replaced fairly soon anyways. So if it gets a little damage, I'm not too worried about it. We need to still do the paint or the wheel wells, fix your window pillars, and take care of the rust on the roof. So I didn't take care of any of the rust. Not yet. Been focused on this, but yeah. So pretty decent amount marked off the list today. I'm super stoked. I'm actually going to start the car. So yeah, you guys will see the first start. Let's go ahead and start her up, see how it goes. Guys, so she's finally running again off the jack stands. Way too stoked on that. I still got a lot to do, but we're definitely making some good progress and just about finished up. I'm going to need to get that main motor cover painted again because, like I said, I rushed it and I got some wrinkles, so I stripped all the paint off that. The cranking over issue where the car wouldn't start for that first time when we first tried to start it, I actually overlooked a very small ground wire for the coil pack harness. I put that on and then the second clip shows it starts up after like one crank. So super awesome, super stoked on that. I will be pulling her out of the garage and getting the headlights cleaned up before I put them back in, and likely doing a full wash, some degreasing under the engine bay for some of the old grease that was on there. So yeah, super stoked on that. That will all be for another video, getting the headlights fixed. I'm really hoping that we can save them. I'm going to be ordering some parts for the headlights to do some custom work on that. But yeah, she's back on the ground. So stoked on this. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna do a couple little things over the week, and then next weekend I will likely have another video for you guys, getting her all cleaned up and finishing things up. So you guys are awesome. I hope you enjoyed the video. You guys have a killer day, and we'll see you in the next one.